Got it? Okay, hello guys. We got a 15-pound brisket here. Take a look at it. Bring it in. We're about to trim it out. You guys know how to trim it out now, so I'm not gonna get into all that. Y'all see that extra fat in there? This is the point. This is the flat. Bring it over here. It's pretty good flat, pretty thick flat. So we're gonna trim that a little bit down. Take some of that gray skin off. Take some of this other skin off. Just dried it out. It was kind of bloody inside the bag, so I just took it out, gave it a nice wash, dried it with some towels. So we're about to start trimming it out. We are gonna hit it up with salt and pepper. This is my personal salt and pepper, and then I'm gonna hit it with my personal rub over here, which has a little sweetness to it. So I may not want to use that too much. That's the one I use for my ribs, my pork shoulder. So, but most of my seasoning on this one's gonna be my salt and pepper, a little bit of cayenne, a little bit of a couple other things in there. So as you guys know, there's a lot of ways you can trim a brisket. I'm not gonna sit here. You can, go into YouTube and watch some video. Some of this fat, as you guys can see, you gotta have a very sharp knife. This fat right here is now just not gonna go anywhere, so you gotta get rid of it. Be careful, like I said, this blade, this type of knife is very, very sharp. Here is off a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and just trim it off a little bit. This is all gonna be trash, even though it's a 15-pound brisket. At the end of the day, it's gonna end up being about a 13-pound brisket. So it's still gonna take me about 12 hours. It's 11 o'clock at night, 11:30 about. So I'm gonna leave it out. We're gonna leave it cooking for about overnight outside. First thing in the morning, about 7.
This is part 2.
Okay guys, as you guys can see, I trimmed almost 2 pounds worth of fat and a bunch of other crap that doesn't need to be in the brisket. I left a little bit of the fat on top. Again, you can take a lot of this stuff out, but you don't have to. Just like I said, I'm still just cutting some little portions of this meat, just to kind of get a formal, more like a straight cut. You guys can see I could have left that in there. That's a good piece of meat, but anyways, what we're gonna do is, before I hit it out with my salt and pepper, this is Texas, so we use salt and pepper for everything. I'm gonna give it a little rub, and I'm using can I pronounce this word again? Worcestershire sauce. Yeah, y'all know about that. Again, the only reason I'm using this sauce is not for flavor or anything like that. It's just for the rub to stick to the meat. That's all. As you guys can see right here, take it off. I trimmed this off, which was a big piece of muscle, which is fat muscle. Took it off, so I don't need that in there. It's somewhere in there. So again, this is the point. This is my flat. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give it it's a big piece of meat, so I am gonna give it a nice coat of salt and pepper. And then I'm gonna give it and then you guys gonna see whatever. You guys see what I'm doing? It's hard to overdo it. So don't be this is about 13 pounds.
That smells really good too.
Yeah, so this is gonna be the first thing I do on it. And then I'm gonna hit it with my rub. This is my rub. Has salt and pepper too, but it has some sweetness to it. It has some sugar, but mostly you got it? Actually, you can use this on pork. You can use it on anything. And obviously, you give it a little pat down. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna let this sit for a few minutes. Here on the table is meat. If it was pork or chicken, I'll probably put it in the refrigerator. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna repeat the process on the back, and then we're gonna set up the fire. And then we're gonna set up the fire.
That looks good.
Oh man, this brisket's gonna come out good. Man, I can eat this brisket as it is. I can eat it as it is. Okay, we're gonna about to flip it and repeat the process. Ugh.
That's 15-pounder.
Again, the 15-pounder brisket. This would be, again, same thing, repeat the process. As you guys can see what I'm doing, put a little bit of this Worcestershire sauce, English sauce, I cannot pronounce the word. And again, the purpose of this sauce is just to kind of not to give a flavor or anything like that, just to let the season stick to the piece of meat. Like I said, it's a big piece of meat. It's about 13 pounds here now, maybe closer to 14 pounds. Oh my God. Excuse me, that pepper's making me sneeze.
So good.
Okay, now with that said right there, what we're gonna do is repeat the same process. And it's a rub, so I would rub it. I'm not a big fan of rubbing it. I just usually throw it in there. But for this particular brisket, trying to see if I can get it ready by noon tomorrow. Probably about 12 o'clock already. I still gotta do the dishes. I'm gonna put Mark to sleep in a minute, right, Mark?
Mm-hmm.
You're about to go to sleep. But I'm gonna leave this here while I set up the fire. And I'm gonna use my. I'm thinking about using my.
Like the thing that you always use, the thermometer?
Yeah, well, no, I'm talking about my barbecue, my Weber.
Mm.
We'll see how I'm gonna do that.
Your hands are
Get it
so...
off. As you guys can see, this is my setup. This is where I'm gonna put my fire at. This is gonna be my thing. My water that's gonna keep. There you go. That's better. That's gonna keep my brisket moist. My brisket's gonna go on top of this with the grill on it. That is my snake method. I will be putting my charcoals right about now. They're ready to go. As you guys can see on that part, which is not a lot. It's just a handful. And what you're gonna see is this is gonna start burning. That's gonna stop burning. So I gotta fix that charcoal right there. But that's the method, as you guys can see. My snake method this way, that way, and I'm gonna be putting some pecan wood in it to give it my smoke flavor to it. Alrighty. Let me show you guys what I got going on. It's been here for about maybe 20-25 minutes. That's my brisket. As you guys can see, the setup. It's a big piece of meat. It's a big piece of meat. That's my snake. My brisket. What I'm gonna do is I'm about to go to sleep. It's 1 o'clock. I am gonna just drop an extra some of my pellet hickory. Because I don't have I thought I had pecan wood, but I don't. Anyways, that makes great smoke. Anyways, well, I'm about to wrap this up. We'll check on it in the morning. Like I said, that's my setup. That's my brisket. We'll be checking on it in the morning, see how it works out. Again, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning already. It's time to go to sleep. So that's my brisket, that's my setup, and this is my Weber barbecue pit. Well, guys, it's been about 8 hours since I had to add some more charcoal on it, but it's been about 8 hours since I placed it on the pit. My internal temperature on my brisket is saying 162. I was aiming at 165. Let me show you the setup. Obviously, thinking about wrapping it up. It smells good. Again, I'm about to wrap it up. So what I'm gonna do is obviously I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna open the vents, then let that go up. I'm probably gonna add more charcoal to it, and this thing should be ready in the next 4 or 5 hours. We'll see. It's been about 7 hours in the cook. Like I said, I'm about to wrap it up. We'll go from there. Well, my brisket reached 165-degree internal temperature. I used a little bit of squeezable butter. That's my little secret on it. It's time to wrap it up. The other thing I am gonna put, which I don't have chicken broth, I mean beef broth. If not, I'll use that. I'll use a little bit of apple juice. Not a big fan of this on a brisket, but nevertheless, just a little bit, maybe about a quarter of a cup. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this apple juice, I'm gonna continue to cook this brisket in apple juice. So I'm gonna give it a nice type wrap, and I'll estimate about another, look at that brisket, and it's almost as good. Anyways, I'll give it about another 3 to 4 hours to go before it's all said and done. One of the things I don't always do this, since I'm gonna wrap it up, I put a little coat of salt and pepper on top, but it's not necessary. Alrighty guys, I'm about to wrap it up, and you guys are gonna see the final product in a few hours. Thank you. As you guys can see, my brisket is tightly wrapped. It's reading as we speak internal temperature of 162. I told you, pull it out at 165, 162. So I'm gonna bring this up to 205. And once this thing starts ringing, letting me know I have reached that desired temperature.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing, Dad?
And I'm gonna give it about 3 hours. 2 more hours.
There's a little kitty in my hand. Wants to know the alphabet.
Anyways, you guys, that barbecue, smoked ribs, and pork shoulders and brisket, you gotta have one of these babies. One of these, you guys can see 165 internal temperature. Man, it feels warm. So, rightly tied. I put a little apple juice, as I said. Not a big fan of putting apple juice on the brisket, but anyways, we'll go from there. Let's see how it turns out. Again, it's reading 165, so I don't got much to go. This is what we got. It's been out for about almost 3 hours now. You guys know the trick about the towel, right? You gotta wrap up your brisket. We're about to start cutting it up. Still hot. I pulled it out about 3 hours ago, and it's still very hot. Very hot. Oh my God, if you can smell this, guys. Only if you can smell this. I haven't even cut it, anything like that. You can tell it's gonna be moist. And let me cut it up and I'll show you the final product. Y'all see that? Very moist. Very moist. I'm about to do something. I love to do this when I do with a brisket. I want you guys to look at it. This is how soft it is. How I'm gonna separate the point from the flat. Get a hold of this. Y'all ready? Y'all see that? That's how you do it, right there. Obviously, that's my point. It still got a little fat on it. I'm gonna take that off. That just doesn't go away. And right here, this is my flat. That's my signal. I'm gonna cut across. This is gonna be my slice, and this over here is gonna be my poo meat. Where this is the point which I'm gonna do my sandwich. But when I'm gonna put this apart to make sandwiches, pulled brisket sandwiches, and it's gonna be my flat where I'm gonna do my slices. Y'all saw that when I put my hand on it, it's broke apart, both muscles. Point the flat. We're about to start cutting this up in a second. Okay, guys. I just slid. We're gonna grab a slice from the middle. I want to do what's called the poo test. You guys know about this. When you can do that to the brisket, that's when it's supposed to be cooked. It's moist, and when you can pull it apart like that. You don't want it too thick. Good brisket. Good brisket. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Okay, well, it's done. NVI barbecue. Burnt ends. Burnt ends. Those of you that know what I'm talking about, what a burnt end is. Right here.